Well, there he is then, Valentino Rossi, sitting next to his bike. Those shots that we've been so familiar with over the years, and his rituals have been very special to him, Casey. And these moments before a race, they're so big, aren't they, for a rider to get into the right zone?
Yeah, again, it all sort of depends on the rider. Some riders like to just sit on the bike like myself and sort of, you know, basically escape everything else, not think about anything but the race. Other riders like to get off, and you know, Valentino loves to squat down over the foot peg and give it a little pray. So, you know, there's so many different things probably running through Valentino's mind right now that, you know, some of them are probably fantastic, and other ones he probably wants to block out a little bit. But, you know, he had a fantastic weekend so far in comparison to a lot of the season this year at a circuit which he hasn't had a lot of success in the past. So we're hoping for a good result and a decent start to try and, you know, make a couple of positions off the go.
Well, if you're just watching this for the first time and wonder what all the fuss is about, there is Valentino Rossi with a massive scrum around him. There is always a lot of press around him. He always has the most amount of tension. Wherever we are in the world, it's a home race for Valentino Rossi. But these pictures are quite extraordinary. Casey, I've never seen anything like this here.
No, definitely not, and especially in the current situation, you know, it's always been difficult, and to have fans back at the circuit is already fantastic. And I mean, what a send-off for Valentino. You know, imagine if it was last year during the peak of the COVID, you know, pandemic. At least here, we've been able to get some fans here. It's a sellout. It's going to be an amazing day for him, regardless of what happens. Everybody's here just to show him love and appreciation for what he's done.
Round 18 of 18, the last race of 2021, the last Grand Prix for Valentino Rossi. Grand Prix start number 432, 26 years on from number one back in Shah Alam in Malaysia in 1996. Let's hope for a final magic trick from the Magic Man. It's 27 laps of the Ricardo Tormo circuit. Tears for Max Montanari down there and the team in the Petronas Yamaha garage. Jorge Martin starts from pole. Four Ducatis in the top five. The lights go out and we are away in the Grand Prix of Valencia. What a launch from Jack Miller from the inside of that front row. Martin is going to get down to turn one first, but it's Miller who's made the best start there. He goes up to second. Bagnaia drops to third, and it's an excellent getaway from Joan Mir from the second row. And look at Valentino Rossi. He is going to enjoy this one. He's going around the outside of Fabio Quartararo and hangs on to his starting position. He's going to slot in behind Aleix Espargaro. But it's Martin leading from Miller. Rossi has actually picked up a position. And look at Quartararo. Hard in on Alex Rins at turn 4. He's up into 6th place.
Rossi brave and aggressive around the outside, taking maximum risk. And he almost got in front of Quartararo at one point then. But like I say, it's a good start for Rossi. He's currently in 9th. What we've seen so far this year, if Jorge Martin qualifies well, he can usually hang on when someone faster comes past him.
Won twice from pole already this season, and Jack Miller now takes over from the Spaniard who we know from Francesco Guidotti down on the grid. He's suffering a little bit with a tummy bug. Jack might have gone a little bit wide there. Martin, I'm sure, will sit him up, and he does do so. Couldn't quite pull it down at turn 2, trying to hold Martin off. What Joan Mir! That's aggressive from him in turn 4. He saw that Miller had just been upset by that and thought, right, this is my chance, I'm getting to the front. He loves this venue, won his World Championship here last year, and he's had the ideal start to the race.
And talk about a new school riding style when we watch Jorge Martin. Elbow down, no, not for Jorge Martin. He literally is dragging the top of his arm and his shoulder on the corners. We've seen some great images this season of Jorge Martin, really relaxed, and he just lets the bike do its thing.
You can see how the Ducati pulls away from the Suzuki, and a lot of that down to that exit speed for the Ducati. Alex Rins actually the fastest man on the circuit, so as Mir drops back behind Bagnaia, you can see Alex Rins coming through. On board with Valentino Rossi for one last time. Soak it up, ladies and gentlemen, your last chance to get your 46 fix. Oh, and the original Ronaldo down there. Good to see him. Massive fan of him back in the day. And he was, if you remember, way back in the day, they were pals. I think he was playing for Inter at the time. Valentino Rossi's favourite football team.
tell you, Jorge Martin, he's so impressive,
Yeah,
isn't he?
he is brilliant.
Because he's rock solid, he can lead, he can be consistent. Look, here we go, this is a pass. Oh, it was looking then, Francesco. Now, I've got a feeling at this point now, Pecco is having +0 on his board every lap. He's sat in second, he's probably seen enough of Jorge Martin, burned off enough laps. Is he going to go for it here? Are we going to dive up the inside? We are. Oh, we're not.
He had to abort mission there because what's happening here is Bagnaia and Rins just set new race lap records or new fastest laps of the race, but Martin's just set personal best. He's dropped the pace.
Yeah.
So he's working into this one. He's no slouch, and because he's battling a Ducati, he is battling with the same machinery. He can't make the pass necessarily in the same way he would on a Suzuki or a Yamaha, for example. So he's got to try it in a different way. Oh, Rins has gone. Rins has crashed out of third. That sums up his season this year.
Absolutely.
He was in there, in behind Pecco Bagnaia.
Looking comfortable.
Looking really comfortable. What happened? Pecco Bagnaia took that inside line a little bit again, and again didn't go through. He's looking for a way through. Have a look at this again. Bagnaia is quicker than Martin into the corner, and it's almost like Rins just squeezed on that a bit more.
Yeah, that closing speed when you see the gap coming down that quick. You'll see it from here. Watch Rins. All of a sudden, he's coming towards us too fast. And then at that point, what you have to do, you've made a mistake, so you've got to go wide, lose a bit of time. But instead, he was greedy at the wrong point.
We're on board with Pecco Bagnaia in second place behind Jorge Martin, looking for a second Grand Prix victory of his debut season in MotoGP. Surely this occasion, Bagnaia is going to go through. It's a block pass into that final corner.
Yep.
Can Martin switch to the inside and try and get in behind? He's a bit lighter perhaps than Pecco as they come down the home straight now. Bagnaia leads for the first time across the line. Martin is going to just sit there behind Pecco and try and find a way through on the Italian. Can he pull away from the Spaniard? A wheelie for Martin won't help him down to turn 2. So across the line, a 1:31.0, half a second quicker in an instant, in the blink of an eye, and Pecco Bagnaia takes charge of this race.
Yeah, sort of what we thought was going on. And with only 11 laps to go now, he only needs another lap like that and he'll have a second lead and he can really control it. Miller through on Joan Mir.
It was coming. It was coming for a while now, wasn't it? He's been lining it up, and finally he manages to make it stick in front of the outgoing world champion.
Let's have a look at it. Up the inside with Miller. Yeah, I mean, textbook. And he knows his goal's a little bit wide. Not ridiculous, and that's why he went defensive 2 corners later.
Just under 2.5 miles to go of the final race. The last dance of 2021. Pecco Bagnaia looks set to take a 4th victory of the season. Can Jack Miller clinch a 5th podium, or will Jorge Martin deny him 2nd place in this race? I think they've both got the podium unless something happens between them. Valentino Rossi looks set to wind up his career with a top 10 finish, which he said before the weekend was his goal. It's not going to be turn 2. It won't be turn 4 either for Jack Miller. It's got to be the last corner now,
surely. The last corner, but he'll have to be way closer than he is now, because you can't pull a move into the last corner with that sort of gap. If you do, it's going to be a rash. It's going to be a dangerous move, which, like I said, would be very unlike Jack Miller. You won't get it stopped. If you try and outbrake someone from that far back into the last corner, you'll run that wide that the rider you pass will easily square you off. I think Martin's done enough now, unless he makes a mistake with probably about 5 corners to go. Yeah,
out of turn 8, then it's into this left-right kink of 9 and 10.
But this is where Miller's good, through this corner.
We're on board with Valentino Rossi in the meanwhile as he comes round turn 8. Back to the front trio. This is your podium. It's all Ducati. It's going to be Pecco Bagnaia to take win number 4 of the season. Who's going to take 2nd place, though? Surely Jack Miller. Oh, no, he's not going to from that. I thought surely he's going to have one last go, but it's not going to be. This is the final Grand Prix of the season.
Sorry, it's been some lap from Martin. This has been a great last lap.
Absolutely great response from him. great second half of the season for Pecco Bagnaia, who takes win number 4. Jorge Martin is second. Ronaldo waves the flag for Jack Miller to complete an all Ducati podium in the final race of the year. And the final race of Valentino Rossi's career ends with a 10th place finish. Tears down in the Petronas Yamaha garage. And we'll let them soak it up for one last time. Bagnaia wins, part of the VR46 Academy. He's done it with Valentino Rossi's lid on. Jorge Martin celebrates with him, but I'm sure they'll all wait to welcome home Valentino Rossi, whose last race is run.
The big question mark is, so what happens now? What dawn have got planned for Valentino? It'd be nice to see all the riders wait and let him through. There'll be some lovely celebrations. I'm excited to see what happens now. I think, is there a helmet prepared there?
I think there's all sorts about to come on this cool-down lap. The last dance is over for Valentino Rossi. The music has stopped and the party has finished.
Congratulate you on an extraordinary, legendary career.
Thank you, Vale. You've been an inspiration for me. Grazie
Che storia incredibile hai scritto. It's been an amazing ride to watch.
It was very impressive to see your passion for the sport.
Sei e resterai sempre un mito per tutti.
Fantastic, Valentino. I wish you all the best.
Congratulations on your retirement.
My respect for you has never changed.
Grazie per tutto, Vale. Godetela al máximo.
Nada, desearte todo lo mejor.
Guarda avanti, un grande abbraccio. Ciao, ciao Vale.
Viva 46.
Loving Keanu Reeves finishing off that one. They are good pals off the track, actually. They've spent a lot of time together, and some big names from the sporting world, from the entertainment world. He has transcended the sport. He is entered into the popular consciousness as the MotoGP man.